Hey guys, welcome to the first episode of Kitchen Magic. Well, I guess it's the first episode. I did an intro, so I'm going to call this the first episode, and that's the intro. But anyway, with the intro, my buddy Mike had brought me some chucker partridges, and he had brought me pheasants. So today we're going to be cooking the chucker partridge. It's a very tiny little cut of meat. I have two nice thighs. Here, I'll bring the camera down it. I have two nice little thighs here. So cute. So cute. Little drums and thighs. And one big breast. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stew this like a jerk chicken. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it into like little wonton wraps here. And I'm going to a party tonight, so I'm going to bring chucker partridges wonton wraps. So we'll call them chucker wontons. So the other cool ingredient that's local is from my garden. This is exciting because this is my first harvest of actual anything from my garden. I have some scallion tops, and I have some chive tops, and a little cilantro for flavor. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to season our meat and braise it, and then we're going to do a slow cook for about maybe 2 hours to make that meat break down and shred off the bone. And then what I'll do is, because I'm going to add some spices that are going to give it kind of a jerked flavor, we'll reduce those fluids that are in the pot to almost a gravy. When we put it together in the wrap, we'll mix that in there. So let's get started by seasoning. Just a little chopped onion, just a little something. This is a mixed up can of spices. It's just garlic and salt basically. It says seasoning, but you know it's just got peppercorns in there, and what else do I see? Looks like little chips of onion and garlic. So it's like a basic Montreal seasoning, but not heavy on the meat flavors, more heavy on the veggie flavor. So that's nice. That'll be plenty of seasoning. I'll put a little garlic on it because I love garlic on everything. I'm a true Italian. When they say you can't have enough garlic, I truly believe that. We got our powdered garlic here, which I wouldn't have bought, but I did. Not looking at it, I really wanted like granulated, not powdered. Powdered is annoying. Okay, so that's seasoned up pretty good for me. I'll put a little salt on it, call it a day. A little pinchy potus. Okay, that's ready for the pot. Okay, so I switched over to a different camera because I can't work the computer and work a camera at the same time. I'm really spastic. So what we're going to do is I've put some oil in here. It's coming up to temp. It's on a medium high. I'm going to braise the meat to create like a nice browning crust kind of look. I'll grab each one. We're going to let that just brown on up.
I'm going to take it a step further and grab the bacon press. Slap it on that bad boy. Try to get that breast to lay flat because it's a weird shape of the breast. Okay, press it so it does. Okay. That's it for now. Okay, let's rotate.
Okay guys, we're getting to a nice color. Pretty much done, and I'm seeing some browning around here, so I know I got to go ahead and get some water on that. So let me grab some water. We're just going to add that. Essentially, we're just making stock now after braising that meat in the oil. This is just going to, see, it just brings all the flavor off the pan, which is really nice. So add a little more water because we want to cover our chicken while it cooks down. We're going to do the slow cooking thing for a little while. Add a little more water. I'll try and get it above that breast there, so I'll go a little more than that. You guys can see my canned goods over there. I got a jar of pickles from last year. There's some maple syrup. It's pretty cool. Oh yeah, another thing that's really cool, my mushrooms are going on their third pinning. Yeah, we're going to have oyster mushrooms. I wish that those were ready for this recipe. I would have loved to put them into the wontons. Okay, so now, well, I'll add a little more just so that breast is covered. I'll put in probably about 10 cups of water already. Just going to round it off to like a solid 14 here. Alright, that's what my pot called for, was 14. So, you've browned your meat. You've now made a stock. Now we gotta add spicings to it. And now where the whole meaning of kitchen magic comes into order, we gotta pick some stuff out of the fridge. This is how you make kitchen magic. Alright, what do we got in this fridge? What do we got? Okay, onions, we'll take 2 of those. Ah, there's a pepper we didn't finish using the other night. We'll use that. How about some of these asparagus? That looks like it'll be tasty. We'll take all of that. We'll take all the tops. We'll be really chintzy with what we want, what we don't want. Okay, so that looks good. Let's bring that over the cutting board here. Bring some of these goodies. I think I might have to go to the other camera or whatever. What else was I going to... Oh yeah, that's right. Put it on the shelf. Haha. Psyching myself out here. Let's close that. What else do we got? Oh, there's some spices. Let's take that. Okay, back to the other camera, because now I'm counting things. I made back whatever from the refrigerator. A couple ingredients. Clean these onions up real quick. Onions I'm going to put in now with the chucker partridge while it's stewing, just because they'll give really good flavor to the stock. Okay, so we've cut up all of our onions. We put that into the stock. That's cooking away real nice. They're starting to get a little see-through. Normally you can actually add these while you're browning, but I wasn't prepared. So it doesn't really matter if you add them later. But if you do add them when you're browning, it just adds another component flavor, which is really good. So I'm going to add a little bit of this. This is chili puree with garlic. It's basically just cayenne pepper, like a ton of it. And it just gives it a nice smoky flavor, because I'm going for like a jerked flavor on my chicken. So I'm going to drop that in. And when I reduce my sauce down, it'll definitely get a little hotter. But we'll just put 2 tablespoons. We'll just mix that right in. And then I'm going to smell it. And I might decide to put more. Oh, it smells really good. I am going to put more. Let's grab a clean spoon here. Okay. Boom. Okay, now this pot of chicken I'm going to let stew for 2 hours. I'm not even going to bother looking at it. I'm just going to let it do its thing, because in 2 hours it'll fall off the bone, which is what I want it to do. And just so you guys know, I am using a cast iron pot. This Dutch oven my mom got for me for Christmas 2 years ago, which is something I really wanted for a while. So she got me the KitchenAid one, because I can't afford to Le Creuset it, because that thing is $300 and it's retarded. So anyway, now we're going to prep vegetables for when this chicken is done cooking. We're going to shred it and make it that jerk style chicken, and we're going to put these fresh ingredients into the mix, and then we're going to pack them in the wontons and deep fry them. So round 2, guys. Okay, we're back at the cutting board. Now we're going to prep our vegetables that are going to go into our shredded meat mix. So what I'm going to do is I'll put this in high gear so that you guys don't have to watch me do all this dicing, but I'm just going to go ahead and dice everything up now. Okay, now we're going to make it real easy on ourselves. We're just going to use a little chopper. So I love the little chopper. You can chop the carrots by hand, but I don't want to. I like things in high gear. Plus, I think that the smaller you get it with carrot, the better, because it takes a while to cook down, and since you're only going to be deep frying these last final stage, these vegetables are only going to kind of wilt. So you're going to really want to just kind of get them real fine. So here we go. Fantastic. And I'll show you guys from the bowl. Nice little medley we got going on here of red pepper, chives, scallions, carrots, and cilantro's in there. It smells really good. So now what I'm going to add to it is a little bit of seasoning. Let's go with a little bit of salt, just a taste, because we don't want to go too heavy with the salt usage. We'll probably have some kind of a dipping sauce involved that's a little salty. I have a malted vinegar. I might do something like that. It's really good. It's got like a very Chinese flavor on it. It's cool. Okay, so salt went in. Let's put pepper. Crack jobber. So just grind that up real quick. Oh, it smells fantastic. It smells like summer is what it smells like. Okay, so that's that. So now once we get the chicken shredded, we're just going to mix that into this mixture. So, phase 2. Okay, I pulled the bird out of the pot, and now I'm just going to start pulling the meat off. I'm going to discard the bones. Okay, so the chicken is now all shredded. We're going to add that back into this pot and let that boil down with the stock. We want to kind of turn it into a gravy before we add that into the vegetables. So that's our next phase. Okay, so we got all of our checker partridge back in there. And we're going to try and just reduce this gravy. Okay, so the checker has pretty much cooked down. We've got like a gravy consistency going on. There's only a little bit of water left you can see in the bottom. It's really looking nice. It's nice and jerked. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to take it out of this pot and I'm going to put it in there. I'm going to try and strain off as much moisture as possible, and then I'm going to make a gravy. So let me do that. Okay, so there's my mix that's going to go into the wontons, and the next step is going to be to assemble the wontons. Alright guys, now we're going to stuff the wontons, and just wanted to point this out to you guys when we get this in the camera. This is the wonton wrap that I'm using. You can find these in your vegetable department. Mine in my store were kept like near where tofu was and stuff like that. They also sell egg wonton wrappers. You could do that as well, same recipe. But what's cool about these, it says right on them, no GMO, no genetically engineered food at all, no ingredients that are engineered, and it's also made in the US. So it's made in Massachusetts, which is pretty cool, so shout out to these guys. So let's put together some wontons. Another local ingredient, here we go. We got a egg from the barn. I'm going to use a little brush just to apply the egg yolk, so. Okay, so I'm going to take a little heaping here. I'm just going to put it in the middle. Less is more. You don't want to overpack them. And they say to fold them in half. So what I do is I put a little bit of egg on the inside here. And then you pinch them closed and roll on the edges. Make sure all your ingredients are inside. You don't want stuff pouring out the sides because then when you fry them, they'll come undone. Then you just, ooh, I might have put a little bit too much in that one. Okay, there's a wonton. It's a little overstuffed, so I'm going to try to make my next one smaller. Alright guys, we're in the final stages. We are just deep frying our wontons now. Okay, sweetheart, go ahead and give one of them a try. So what do you think about them?
Excellent.
What do they taste like?
They taste good.
Are they spicy?
A little bit.
Okay.
A little spicy, not too bad though.
Okay.
And that's what the inside looks like. And if you don't mind, I'm going to enjoy this now.
Yeah, no problem. So that's it, guys. Those are checker partridge wontons.